What's going on, everybody, and welcome to GNR Central. And today I want to talk about things that you may have missed in the You Could Be Mine video. Now, this video was one of the first videos to come out when the Use Your Illusion albums were released. It came out about June of '91. It was a great promotion for the record because it was really one of the first songs Guns N' Roses were putting out to promote the Use Your Illusion records. Then you also had a huge blockbuster movie with Terminator 2 coming out. And Guns N' Roses decided it would be a great promotional opportunity. So what you guys may not know is that originally Welcome to the Jungle was supposed to be in Terminator 2. That was according to Doug Goldstein, who gave an interview to Appetite for Distortion. So the story that Doug told was that Tom Zutaut, who worked at Geffen at the time, called him up and said, hey, Welcome to the Jungle is going to be in Terminator 2. And Doug was kind of puzzled because it was 1991. It was 4 years after Jungle had come out, and they were about to put out two new records. He thought it made more sense to get a song off of the upcoming record and put it on the album. So it turns out that Arnold is himself handpicked You Could Be Mine to be in the actual movie. And Doug went on to tell a story about how Arnold had the guys from the band over at his house for dinner. And Arnold was so meticulous, he even knew exactly what drinks the guys liked. So he researched a bit ahead of time and had all those drinks ready for the guys to come over. And they kind of negotiated the deal over dinner. So one thing you guys may not know is that the guy who directed the video is a guy named Mark Racco. Now, he filmed a couple different videos for Guns N' Roses, including You Could Be Mine. He also did I guess you would call it an official video for Mr. Brownstone. It was never officially released on MTV to my knowledge, but it was done as like promotion for the Use Your Illusion records. So he filmed a lot of the live gigs that they played at these clubs, and then if you went into the record store the day of like the Illusion albums coming out or shortly afterwards, they'd be playing his promo videos in the background. And it's a shame that his videos aren't on YouTube anymore because he used to have a YouTube channel where he posted all of his Guns N' Roses clips. And then because of the copyright BS, they got pulled off of YouTube, so you can't really find them anymore. So I should also say that Mark Racco directed the alternate version of You Could Be Mine. The one that you've seen with the Terminator 2 footage spliced in was directed by three different people. Andy Morahan, who he interviewed, he did the trilogy of videos, November Rain, Don't Cry Estranged. He also did Yesterdays and The Garden. But then it was also directed by Jeffrey Abelson and Stan Winston. Now, the story I heard about Mark Racco is that they wanted to test him out or try him out, and that's why they gave him like the alternate version to shoot, as well as some of the other live performances they did at the different club shows that were going on at that time. So in addition to not being on YouTube, the video was also never released on their DVD Welcome to the Videos due to licensing issues, and the video was never included in any of the DVD releases of Terminator 2 Judgment Day, although it was included in a special double tape edition of the film, which was released on VHS in 1993. Now, a lot of people claim that the entire concert footage is from the Ritz. I kind of dispute that because when you've seen some of the footage from the You Could Be Mine video, you'll notice Axel's costume changes vary quite a bit. Like in some shots, he's wearing leggings. I don't know if I've ever seen a concert with it where he actually changed his pants. He's always changing his shirts, but I don't remember him ever changing his leggings to bicycle shorts and then back to leggings. You'll also notice that there's also a lot of shots where they'll show Slash's Mockingbird, BC Rich Mockingbird he uses in You Could Be Mine. Then the next shot he's playing Gibson Les Paul. In one shot he's shirtless. The next shot he's wearing like a jean jacket. And then another thing you may not have noticed, and something that Axel and Slash even did from time to time on the early Use Your Illusion gigs, is that they wear fishnet shirts, which are typically women would wear, but I don't know, for some reason it looks really good on both of them, but that's just another thing I observed in the video. The one thing you may not have noticed that there's a lot of nods to different bands in the video. So Axel's in one scene seen wearing a Nine Inch Nails shirt, that Sin shirt that he's frequently seen wearing in 1991. There's a scene of Slash wearing an L7 shirt, which if you guys don't know who L7 was, they were a pretty popular band back in the early 90s. They had that song Pretend That We're Dead, which was pretty popular. They were like one of the early grunge bands. Matt Sorum's seen wearing a Sisters of Mercy shirt during pretty much the entire video. And it's got I guess what would be a concert date when he went and saw them back in 1981. And then on Duff's bass, you can see a Social Distortion sticker, which was a pretty popular and influential punk rock band back in the day, and who's still around to this day. And I think even in Slash's book, they talk about Social Distortion a bit. And then this is the third music video that Guns N' Roses did where Axel's seen wearing an NWA hat. So of course, the most famous one is probably Live and Let Die, but you may not have seen it, but it's also an instance in the Dead Horse video where he's also wearing an NWA hat. In another scene, speaking of Matt Sorum, you can also see him playing a Yamaha kit. There's a little Yamaha symbol, and then you can see the Marshall amps behind him as well. There's also one scene of them incorporating the drum solo that Matt Sorum used to play back in the day. There's a scene you can see Duff in the background playing the drums with Matt Sorum. Now, one thing Axel always used to do in You Could Be Mine whenever they would play it live, he'd usually jump off of the drum riser, which was pretty tall. And he would usually do it at the beginning of the song just before the first verse comes in. And at this show that they played at the Ritz in New York, Axel actually hurt his ankle. So if you guys have ever seen the Robert John video of Axel getting his ankle or his foot taped up, that's because of this jump. And if you guys have seen Photographic History, the book or the documentary, there's a scene where they interviewed Doug Goldstein, who was the then manager of Guns N' Roses. And he talked about that one photo really standing out to him because he had to take Axel to the hospital immediately after the show.
You had a chance to look at the book?
Yeah, I had a chance to look at the book.
Did you like a particular photograph shot on the MGM?
The one with me. Oh yeah, yeah. Of course, I like the one that with Duff sitting on my lap because it's a family. So it was a lot of fun and it captured really that moment. But my favorite photo in the book had to be the shot of Axel jumping, 8 feet in the air, because I remember having to take him to the doctor after that.
It's slow and things will work out fine. It's all we need is just a little patience.
What exactly happened to you? How did you do this to your foot?
About a week ago, we played the Ritz in New York and I got really excited and was just jumping off everything and landed on my heel on a cement floor with no cushioning in my boots, but the doctors seem to think it'll be fine. Without this, it's definitely limping, but we didn't want to call the show.
Axel, I touched Axel, man. I peed in my pants.
There's also some references to Guns N' Roses in the movie. You could see Arnold holding like a bouquet of flowers, but you don't really see what's in the bouquet until it gets shot in the video, and then the roses come out and he just kind of walks by the roses. And then in this scene, you'll notice that Axel is sitting on the shoulders of his bodyguard, Earl Gabadon. And this isn't the first time I've seen Axel do this. So back in 1993, they played in Norway, and there was a video on YouTube where they were playing Sweet Child of Mine, and Axel does the exact same thing. And then the last scene in the video, you see the band members leave the venue, and they run into Arnold. Now, noticeably absent from this scene is Izzy Stradlin. And it's also important to note this scene was not shot in New York. It was shot at the Roxy in LA, and that's what Slash said in an interview. And here's the members, as well as Arnold, talking about the music video and using the song for the film Terminator 2.
They have been big fans of Terminator and have expressed that many times. And so I have been a fan of their music. So we checked into what it would be like to do a video together or to get some of their music.
What worked out really cool is we wanted to put out a version of a song, You Could Be Mine. We shot a video for it. We filmed the show in the Ritz, and then, I guess Arnold was flying back from concerts. I'm going, I want to be in the video.
We hung out we got along really, really well. And he gave the whole band jackets from the movies, and these great French leather biker jackets, right? With bullet holes everywhere.
No problemo.
It's really cool. We're kind of real soft-spoken. Nice guy.
Hasta la vista, baby.
We shot some footage of us coming out of the dressing room, or the stage door, at the Roxy in LA, where we come face to face with Arnold in his Terminator gear, and it was all pretty funny. And we were pretty rotted by that point.
So one thing you guys may not know, and something that's still on YouTube, back in 2010, somebody spliced the footage from the Terminator 2 video along with the bootleg show. So the Ritz show was filmed. It was a bootleg version that's should be still available on YouTube for you guys to go check out. And I've put the link down below if you guys are interested. So the Ritz was the third and last secret warm-up gig. So Guns N' Roses did a couple of warm-up gigs at a couple different clubs, and they really didn't announce them till like the day of, and people had to line up. And they really tried their best to make sure that scalpers wouldn't take advantage of these three gigs by selling them for inflated prices. So there was a special guest performance by Shannon Hoon of Blind Melon who came on, and Axel mentioned how the chorus to Right Next Door to Hell was written about his next door neighbor during the gig. Slash also said they were filming the video for You Could Be Mine for the new Terminator 2 movie, and after You Could Be Mine, Axel asked the crowd, "Have you ever heard the expression break a leg?" Well, I think I just did. Axel actually injured his heel like I showed you guys before, and he'd be forced to wear a brace for the next few weeks of the Use Your Illusion tour. And before Don't Cry, Axel says how Shannon's band was covering the song for a few years back, and Welcome to the Jungle was dedicated to the 3rd Street Hells Angels during the gig as well. So that does it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you love GNR as much as I do, and go check out GNRCentral.com for the latest and greatest Guns N' Roses news. Take care.
Hey, this is Dizzy Reed from Guns N' Roses, and you're watching GNR Central. Yeah!